I got my 1070 for $275.
Oh yeah, that's a real good deal too, right there.
Exactly, it was a good deal then.
Yeah,
I could buy 6 of them for that price now.
Yeah.
Welcome to episode 15 of Talking Heads. I'm Jeff.
I'm Steve.
Welcome everyone. So if you're new to the show, we always start by cracking open a beer. We'll talk about some beer news for a little while, then we'll jump straight into tech. We should have a pretty good show today, I'm hoping. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. So
yeah, we'll see.
All right. I think we're going to start with the red tonight.
Yeah, so this is the Ninkasi Believer.
Yes.
Yes, it's a double red ale.
Yes.
Ninkasi is a brewery out there in Eugene, Oregon.
Yep. Which I was drinking a Ninkasi on one of my earlier shows, and someone commented it probably burns when you pee because of the water in Eugene. Because that's what your Oregon water is, right? Yeah. Actually, Eugene and Springfield have some of the best water in the state. It's probably Portland, maybe Salem that you're thinking of. My water is not good here. I don't know how it is at your house.
No, my water is actually not that bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, water is a big factor when you're making beer. In fact, some places, like in Arizona and stuff like that, there's not that many breweries out there because they really have to heavily filter the water, or else it just tastes like ass.
Right.
It's just not
totally
good. Yeah.
That is a great color on that beer.
Super nice amber color.
That is awesome. Pours really well.
Just a little bit of head there.
Let's see, I got a better pour than you did.
Well, as you took all the foams.
I did.
Took it all.
I did.
It smells great. It smells malty. You can smell the sweetness.
Super sweet right off the bat.
Yep. It's in the back end.
It's funny. It's real sweet right up front, but only for a split second. Like you taste a lot of the malt right up front.
Yeah.
And then you get kind of that floral citrus in the middle, and then really dry and kind of bitter on the back end. Really, really interesting beer.
Yeah. I do like it.
Yeah.
The reds. Good. This is kind of almost like an IPA with its hoppiness. The IBUs are probably pretty good. I don't know what they are.
It was 60. Like 60, yeah.
Yeah, 60 IBU. So it's going to be a little bit on the bitter side, but it's got a really sweet up front, so it kind of counterbalances that.
Exactly. No, really good beer.
Yeah.
It's like I said, kind of a complex thing rolling down, but that's solid. I haven't had that one yet.
Oh, yeah.
Very good. All right, let's jump into beer news. Actually, wait, I got to roll my intro. There it is. I always forget to do that.
And we're back.
I really need to build a longer intro for this show. It's in the works. It's one of those things that I think my very first episode I didn't have an intro. And I'm like, I need to build something. And so I sat down and like 3 hours later, that's what I came out with. And it's like, that's pretty solid. And then
it's better than doing a little song and dance number at the beginning. Jazz hands,
Literally just like my head cut out in Photoshop and like jumping around with it. I've seen that before. It's the Jeff Tech Show.
That's kind of catchy. I don't know. I like that. You should work on that. Probably get something good there.
Well, the other thing I'm getting is welcome to Forgotten Weapons. I mean, Craft Computing. So thank you for all of you who are comparing me to Gun Jesus. That's fantastic. I love it. Anyway, moving right along here. So a couple weeks ago, John and I talked about Old Town Brewing here in Portland. Has been in a years-long dispute with the city of Portland over the Stag jumping over the bridge in front of the Oregon.
Yeah, if you guys have ever seen like Portlandia, ever watched Portlandia, it's kind of the iconic Portland figure. It's right over the Burnside Bridge.
Yes.
You'll see it without you'll recognize it right away.
Yeah. If you see it, you know it.
Yeah.
In fact,
they even
there
have
it
a
is.
picture of it right there. Yeah.
There it is. This is the sign.
Yeah.
So if you've driven into Portland on I-5, you've seen this sign.
Yeah, it's super iconic.
Yeah. Anyway, Old Town Brewing has been in a dispute with the city of Portland because the sign itself is city-owned. However, Old Town Brewing holds the patent and copyright license for the image when it comes to alcoholic content.
Right.
Not its full likeness, but just for alcoholic content. Yeah. And the city of Portland has been suing them into the ground. They've been sued 3 separate times, and each time the city of Portland has lost. Then they will resue based on new claims, and then they will lose again. And like I said, this has been going on for years. Finally, the city of Portland lost again, and they said, we are no longer going to pursue getting rights or exclusive rights to this sign. We are giving up our lawsuit.
Yeah.
They have agreed with Old Town Brewing to a licensing agreement where the city of Portland can sell basically ad space, or can use the sign in promoting alcoholic events. That is, if they have any festivals like the Oregon Brew Fest and things like that, they can use that logo in promotion of alcohol-related events. The city of Portland is barred from using it for any alcohol-related merchandise, because the reason this all started was InBev came out with a set of glasses that had this logo on it. And Old Town Brewing sued them and won, and had the logo removed. Well, Portland has been wanting to sublet that logo for years to InBev. They wanted to get in on the advertising with Anheuser-Busch, and they finally lost. So
it's always a heartwarming story when some small business gets to stick it to the man.
The little guy actually won, and I could not be happier about that. I mean, I love the sign. I love Old Town Brewing. Great brewery right downtown. Yeah,
and if you come during wintertime, they always have there's a little red dot at the end of the Stag. So it's like Rudolph or something.
Yeah, a little Rudolph nose on it.
Rudolph nose on it.
Yeah. So, yeah, very, very cool story. And glad we could follow up on that one. Am I the only one here who doesn't see video? I see video, and I'm watching the stream live over here. So if you can hear me, it's probably just you.
Yeah.
Sorry. Not that you'd want to watch me anyway.
Are you sure you're not blind?
Yeah.
Just
Just saying.
We don't have Braille things.
Yeah. I've actually had to install a couple of those
Braille keyboards.
Braille keyboards.
Oh yeah.
Those are interesting. And they will change based on what's on your screen as well, so you can read what's on the screen in Braille.
Oh, that's really cool.
The keyboard automatically changes. It's really, really cool tech. Yeah. So I missed the intro to this guy. I'm Jeff. He's Steve. Moving on.
Should we get name tags?
No. There's only 4 of us. All right, moving on. This one, unfortunately, is not Portland.
No, it's kind of sad because I kind of want it to.
I really want to try this one.
This would be fun.
If you live in Atlanta or Atlanta area or anywhere in Georgia, and you can get a hold of this, seriously, PM me your information. I would love to buy a can or have you ship it to me, or we'll cross ship some beer. We'll figure something out. I want to try this. I want a 6-pack of this. An Atlanta brewer has created a Zelda-inspired IPA. Uses 3 types of hops.
Yep.
And 3 malts.
3 malts and 3 hops. That's 2 Triforces.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's called the Triforce IPA, and it's again 3 different hops, 3 different malts.
I like the logo behind it where it has, power, courage, and wisdom.
Yeah.
Thing is, you start drinking it. I understand the courage, right? Yeah. I'm not too sure about the power and wisdom. In fact, these things start to go down.
Well, you think you have wisdom. I mean, that's where it
doesn't really give you any, though.
It doesn't.
It makes you think you do.
Yeah, I got to say, I love the link coming out of the cave in the hazy.
Yeah,
I think it's a great look.
I do. I like it too. I would like to. Yeah, but they only distribute it in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they have a promotion for this. For this beer, where they're doing a citywide scavenger hunt.
Yes, yeah. There's clues in the beer itself.
Yeah.
And there's a scavenger hunt in the city. I don't remember what the prize was.
There's prizes like you get like a T-shirt, I think, and then you get like a free 6-pack.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, it's the Triforce Quest.
You get a koozie, yeah. A 6-pack, then a T-shirt, and if you get 10, you get all 3 of those, and then if you find all 14, you get a case of Triforce swag. They get a video game night at the Second Shelf, or with the Second Shelf crew. I guess that's the people who brew it.
Yep.
So I guess they have some kind of like
for you and 4 Zelda-loving friends, plus beer, plus pizza rolls. Oh, I'm totally in.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna go fly out to Atlanta.
Fly to Atlanta for some pizza rolls and beer. Heck yeah. What else is there to do in Atlanta?
I know.
Okay.
I think that's it for beer news, right? We only had the 2.
Computing and beer. What more could you want if you love both? Absolutely nothing.
Oh yeah.
I've got everything you could ever need.
My computing gets better after a couple beers.
Oh, totally.
That's it's maybe that's where the wisdom comes from. It's like
I told you. I told you.
Yeah.
You get in those late night programming sessions.
I guess you just get too much wisdom and it just starts spilling out.
Yes. Yeah.
And then
it's hard to contain the wisdom.
You're vomiting up wisdom.
Yeah.
Into the toilet. Yeah.
All right, so that's our beer news for the week. Little bit light on that. Beer news comes and goes really in waves. So those are the two that we could find. And it was good to follow up on the Old Town. That was fun. Not gonna drive 3 hours for some beer. I'm a little more than 3 hours away.
Yeah. Yeah, we're a little far from.
Yeah, I'm in really the center of Oregon.
Yeah.
I'm about an hour and a half off the coast, if that gives you any clues. Anyway, net neutrality news. Yeah, oh boy.
More of that stuff.
Oh boy. So this was actually, I thought, pretty brilliant. They didn't do the best job explaining what exactly net neutrality was, but they did a good job enraging people about the repeal of net neutrality. What do you mean he gets more because he paid more? And that's the whole thing behind net neutrality, is if you pay us more, we'll give you a fast lane. If the content providers pay us more, we'll allow their content through. Anyway, what Burger King did, if I can mute this here, is they basically enacted the Whopper neutrality.
Yeah.
You could pay $5 for your regular Whopper. You could pay $12 and get it in 5 minutes, or you could pay $25 and get it now.
Yeah.
And so all Burger King did was they set up these real customers.
I like this. I like that you see the sign on the back that says Wi-Fi 633.
Yeah.
The payer is
Wi-Fi for only $6.33. Yeah. They spent a half hour pissing off a bunch of people who had bought in a Whopper. And it's the slow Mbps, which is made burgers per minute, or made burgers per second. Anyway, they basically said, sorry, you didn't buy the $25 Whopper pack. You bought the $5 Whopper pack. You're going to have to wait for your Whopper. Well, can't you just make one? Oh, we already have them made, but I can't give it to you yet. And then someone else would come by and they'd grab a burger off the shelf and go, here you go, sir. Have a nice day. And and then, wait, do you have another one on the shelf? Oh, yeah. Do you want to upgrade to the $25 Whopper pack? I can give it to you now.
Yeah.
Or for $12.
You gotta wait.
Yeah. 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 Jeff, screw beer. We are both in bourbon and whiskey country. Does no one notice the decanter up there?
Bourbon thing. We have done bourbon and whiskey on the show before.
We have. Good combo.
It is.
But I'm actually more of a cocktails and spirits guy than I am a beer guy. Don't get me wrong, I love craft beer, but I really love whiskey.
You can't beat an great old fashioned.
Yeah, exactly. Old fashioned, Manhattan, Godfather. Those are my wheelhouse, man.
Those are good too.
Straight.
Yeah, we're not prejudiced against other liquors.
No. I'm only prejudiced
We're
against...
an equal drunkard opportunity drinker, I guess.
The only thing I really don't drink is light beer.
No, I don't drink any light beer either.
I can't stand light beer.
If someone were to give it to me for free, I'm not going to say no. I'm not that much of a snob. I mean, like,
I fully admit I will not drink light beer.
I mean, it can't be warm. It has to be ice cold.
Can't be warm.
And then it's okay.
In lieu of light beer, I will drink like a Mike's Hard Lemonade and things like that.
I think I'd do a light beer over Mike's Hard Lemonade. That's too sweet for me.
I'll do the Smirnoff from time to time, or a good wine cooler or something like that. I just can't drink light beer. I think it's because when I was in high school. Oh, right here. Gotta watch this.
Yeah, right here.
Right there.
Yeah.
Best part of the video. I think it's because when I was in high school, I worked in a grocery store, and my job was to go empty the bottle machines and things like that.
Oh, right. So you got like a ton of light beer.
And the smell of 9-month-old light beer just rotting in the bottom of the machines just killed it for me. And in fact, I didn't start drinking beer until I was like 25 because of that.
Yeah.
Because I just could not get that smell out of my nose.
I mean, light beer just does not taste good.
No, it doesn't taste good. And when you have that ingrained in you, it's like, ugh. I'm like 30 minutes from a distillery. Yeah, I'm. There's
quite a few.
There's quite a few distilleries in here. My favorite is probably Cannon Beach Distillery. I don't know if you've been.
I've never tried Cannon Beach Distillery.
They do a lot of rum and they do some really good whiskeys.
Actually, just right over the outlet malls. There's a couple outlet malls really close to where we live. And there's Eastside Distillery.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot they opened up.
They opened up over there, and they had their bourbon. It was pretty good. It wasn't the best bourbon I ever had, but it's not bad. And they do a gin and a vodka and a spiced rum and everything.
John says he wants Taco Bell to do that commercial. If anyone could do it better than Burger King, it's probably Taco Bell. So anyway, that was Burger King calling out a Jeep Pie and net neutrality. I thought it was clever. I thought it's a good way to...
I thought it was funny too. I mean, if you think about it, the analogy breaks down pretty quickly, but...
It does, but
it's still pretty funny.
I think there's something to be said in the absurdity of it.
Yes, yeah, I know.
So, yeah. Okay. On to the topic of we'll call it the year.
Well, it just keeps coming back up.
It just keeps coming back up.
Because it kind of went... It was a big subject last year, and it's kind of went back down, but it's back up again.
Speaking, of course, of GPU prices.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sad.
It sucks. If you are a PC gamer trying to upgrade your machine, or if you are new to PC gaming, it is an absolutely terrible time to be in this hobby.
Yeah, it's almost better to be buying a pre-built system at this point because
today
it's probably going to be equal in value.
I guarantee you'll get better prices on a pre-built because of memory prices too. You can't forget memory is sky high right now.
Memory is also high too. Yeah.
I've been looking at some PCs from CyberPower and Digital Storm and Custom Computer Guy. You can get right now a 1070 with 16 gigs of RAM with an 8700K for like $1,650 shipped.
You're pretty much a little bit under at that point with
you're under what I would have to spend.
1070, yeah.
With the 1070, I got to spend $1,000 to get a 1070 today. I got to spend $500 to get 16 gigs of RAM in a reasonable speed today. I'm at $1,500 right there.
Yeah.
Another $150. I got an 8700K, a case, a motherboard, a cooling solution, hard drives, solid state.
You get it already put together. Why even bother with it?
Yeah, go on down the line. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Obama.
Yeah. Thanks, Obama. Sidecar's another good one. Shout out your favorite cocktails. Go for it. I'll see if I can read them. Yeah, even laptops are a better deal at this point. Yeah, they are.
They are.
You can get an i7 7700Q with like a 1050 Ti or a 1060 3 or 6 gig for like $1,200.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous right now.
And remember, the modern Pascal GPUs are the same as their desktop counterparts.
Yeah.
If you buy a 1060 in a laptop, you're getting a 1060. It's not a 1060M, which is like a third the power, which is what it used to be.
The only disadvantage of getting a laptop at this point is scalability. You can't expand it as much, obviously. And it's a little harder to swap out parts, but for portability, you can't be beat, though.
Yep. I got lucky, got a few cards for MSRP right before they went up. Kind of wish I would have bought my limit. Yeah, we all thought they were leveling. Right around Thanksgiving and early December, they kind of leveled out. And
in some cases, they went down.
And in some cases, they went down. You could get a 1066 gig for $275, which is close to where it should be at $250.
Yeah, it was a great deal.
You can get the RX 580 again for a short time. Right. And then all of a sudden, they just shot back up again, and everyone is out of stock everywhere.
Yeah. Good news is that budget builders are people who are looking for the budget. Budget cards are still level.
Right.
They're still...
Basically, if you want an extreme budget build, if you're looking GTX 1030, 1050, or even in some cases the 1063 gig, I have seen that for in the $200 price range. You're still overpaying for that card, but it's at least reasonable.
Yeah,
it's a $50 increase, not a $400 increase. Yeah. So those cards are kind of reasonable. As far as the AMD side, you can get like an RX 550 for about $100, which is about the same as a 1030.
Yeah.
It's in that same ballpark. You cannot get a 570 or 580. They're just not available.
Yeah.
But everything else...
Yeah. It's way too high.
It's way too high.
Or if you can even find it in stock, because most places they're just completely out of stock.
Exactly. So, yeah, it's a terrible time to be in this game.
Yeah.
It really is.
Unless you're a cryptocurrency miner, then it's probably pretty good for you.
Yep. But this article that I pulled up for a second on CNBC, so it's being picked up by major news carriers now. And AMD and Nvidia must do more to stop crypto miners from causing PC gaming card shortages and price gouging. Because remember, these crypto miners, they're not paying what you pay on the retail shelves. They're buying as much as retailers are now, and so they're just getting pallets dropped to them for retail cost. They're talking to the board partners directly and saying, hey Asus, hey Gigabyte, hey EVGA, hey whoever else.
Yeah, they're ordering.
I'll buy 1,000 cards from you.
They're ordering the same amount of stock as a retailer would.
And I'm not calling those manufacturers out. I have no inside information on who's selling to who, but everyone's got to be selling to everyone at this point. Yeah. There's a reason that everything is expensive. Go Chinese Xeon. Yeah, you can. CPU prices are another thing. They're actually dirt cheap right now. In fact, AMD just lowered prices across the board. You can get an 1800X for $350 today.
Yeah, if you want to build a cheap server or something like that, it's pretty good. Except for RAM. I mean,
RAM is the bugaboo right now, which is why that Chinese Xeon is still a good buy today, because you can get 32 gigs of RAM for less than $100. And that's really the main reason I keep pushing it on my channel. Is it's still a good value. There's still value to be had in that platform. Yeah, my 1080 Ti has grown like 40% in value. Oh, it's grown more than that. It's more than doubled. When they came out, they were $750 MSRP. You could probably find them for about $800 to $850, depending on what model you got. They are for sale on Amazon today for $1,700.
Why would they even want to mine cryptocurrency? They just turn the cards around and sell them for a profit.
Right.
Selling actual video cards is probably more stable than the cryptocurrency market right now.
I am hoping at some point the market dries up and we start seeing a bunch of cheap crypto cards on the market.
Just going up, yeah.
Starting with the RX 580s and 570s and the 1060s, and they start liquidating them off.
Until I start buying cryptocurrency myself.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't want the market to drop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the 1060 tripled. I'm seeing the 1066 gig for upwards of $600 and $700.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
When it should be a $250 card.
Yeah.
I'm seeing the 1070 for, like I said, the original 1070 for $1,000. A 1070 Ti will cost you $1,200.
Yeah. We were just talking about this, and I think we looked it up. The Titan X is almost the same price, or in some cases cheaper than the 1080 Ti.
It is. Oh, it's absolutely cheaper today. If you want to buy a Titan, now's the time to buy a Titan, because you'll find them for $1,200. Yeah, you will. It's the only card you can get an MSRP besides the GTX 1050, which is stupid. I have a 1080 behind me. My second rig over there has my old GTX 760 in it, and I want so desperately to upgrade that rig. I'm not going to go and blow $700 on a graphics card right now. Are you kidding me?
Ridiculous.
For a 1060. The only other card I have is my 1050 Ti that's in my Mac that's running this show. And I certainly can't downgrade that. I like this is my video editing machine.
I wonder if, because they got these cryptocurrency farms, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gotta find where these places are so I can go dumpster diving over there. I'm sure they just like throw cards like, we don't need these.
I'm sure.
I'm just gonna dump them out.
I'm hoping so. So, let's see. Got lucky about my DDR4 32 gigs before the price went sky high. Paid $130. My 32 gigs that I had in my 12-core Xeon workstation, I paid $115 for.
Nice.
That was brand new 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yep. That same, and it was 2133. It wasn't even overclocked.
Yeah, back in my day.
That same memory kit sells today on Newegg for $450. Yep. Got a 12-core, 24-thread Xeon for 162 years ago. I paid a little bit more for mine. Although, what platform were you on? Mine was for the X99. I got a 2680 V3 12-core for $330. So, I'd rather have my cards fresh. Yeah. If you're a gamer, card matters way more than your CPU. Yeah. If you followed my channel for any length of time, I've done lots of benchmarks. Especially if you're at 1440p, your card matters 10 times more than your CPU does. So I'm actually thinking about doing a bare bones CPU test to see if I can bottleneck my CPU to a point where it'll start slowing down.
Well, it depends on what you're benchmarking. Anything that's got high amounts of AI or extra calculations like that, you're going to want...
And I'm not saying you won't see a slowdown. What I'm saying is it still playable? Is it still
actually surprisingly
45 to 60 FPS instead of 80?
Yeah,
sure, it's still playable.
I don't know if you've ever messed with the I think it's the CEMU emulator, the emulator for the Wii U.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I may have messed with it, may not have. But that's more processor intensive than it is utilizing the video card. So the better processor you have, you can actually run things at 4K. You can run like Zelda at 4K.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter really how big your video card is.
Yeah, my 12 core struggled running CEMU Zelda at any resolution above about 24 FPS. Like I could play it, but it was okay.
Yeah.
I moved it to my 5820K, which is the same generation CPU, but instead of running at 2.7 gigahertz, it's running at 4.4.
Yeah.
And it plays smooth as butter.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's all that one's more CPU heavy.
Yeah. Bitcoin is too much like the stock market. Oh, it's worse than the stock market, my friend.
Yeah, I just read. I think I read an article where they're actually not taking it. Where people were starting to take it as using it as a monetary means of exchanging money, but they stopped doing it because it was too volatile.
Yeah, exactly.
It was just way too volatile.
Yeah, there's a joke. Kid walks into the living room and asks his dad, "Hey, I need $10 in Bitcoin." The dad goes, "What do you need $11 in Bitcoin? What's a kid like you going to spend $9.13 on Bitcoin with?" I don't have $12.75 in Bitcoin. What makes you think I have $6.20 in Bitcoin? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just a crazy, crazy market. Anyway, I didn't read this article.
Yeah, this is kind of ties into it. Yeah, this is basically Nvidia suggesting they suggest things to retailers about guidelines, especially because they want to sell them. They say, hey, Nvidia is primarily a gaming company. They make these video cards primarily for gaming. They do have a business side like the Quattro and stuff like that cards, but the GTX series are all for gaming.
Yeah.
So they're trying to encourage the retailers to sell to gamers. But that's not. I mean, that's kind of just an empty promise at that point because these cryptocurrency guys are just going directly from the manufacturer,
exactly,
and ordering it. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, these are never even hitting store shelves.
They're not really. Yeah.
So Nvidia's grandstanding. They're saying, "Hey, we need you guys to limit your sales to 2 cards per customer." And in fact, all of the retail stores around me, like Fry's, they already do that.
Yeah, they already do that. Yeah.
They say max of 2 per customer.
Yeah.
Again, the problem is these aren't even making to retail shelves.
They can't even get to it.
I know EVGA. Here's a little hint. EVGA is still selling directly on their website. You have to pay shipping, and EVGA shipping prices are exorbitant. It's about the only thing I don't like about EVGA, is they'll charge you $40 to ship you just about anything. But if you go on their website, you can pay MSRP for a video card today. It's limit 1 per person, and they have to be in stock.
Yeah.
But last I checked, they had the 1050 Ti in stock, and it was $200.
That's still decent.
That's what I paid for mine.
Is it going to be like $30 shipping or something like that?
Yeah, $30 shipping.
Okay, then that's not too bad.
You get bit a little bit, but it's not terrible.
Yeah.
So check EVGA's website. Just check online. Also check their B stock. They had some 960s on there the other day, I believe, that they're selling refurbished.
Oh.
Spoiler alert. Well, not spoiler, since I'm actually not going to do the video. I was researching for about the last 2 weeks now, doing a video on, just like I did for the X79 boards, alternative sources for video cards. Is there a Quadro card out there that's a game killer that is affordable, or is there a Fire Pro, or is there some old card like a 780 Ti that performs just as well as like a 1060 or something like that? They don't exist.
You can't get a 1080 Ti anymore?
You can get a 1080 Ti, a 780 Ti. I was looking on eBay to go, what's a video card that I can buy for a reasonable price today that performs about as well as a 1050 Ti or a 1060, that is cheaper than I would pay at retail, even for the retail cost of a 1060. That would give me adequate performance.
What are 970s going for right now?
970s are going for $400.
Really?
Yep. 960s are going for $350.
That's ridiculous.
Exactly.
That's still ridiculous.
The only video cards out there that you can buy are 770s and below. A 770 is going for $120, and a 1050 Ti beats it.
Yeah.
And so the 770 might be about it as far as performance per dollar right now, and it only gets you up to the 1050 Ti. And it only gets you it gets you 2 gigs of RAM versus the 4 gigs of RAM that's in the 1050 Ti. And it's also DirectX 11 only, not DirectX 12. So that I also don't know if it's Vulkan compatible. Don't quote me on that. I don't remember. But yeah, the 770 is probably the best bang for the buck. If you need a video card today and you've only got like $150, get on eBay, buy a 770. That's all the advice I have. That's it. I'm out. I have nothing left. Yeah, I scoured for like 3 or 4 days straight doing nothing but shopping eBay, comparing numbers on Passmark to Quadros and Fire Pros that you guys have never heard of. Well,
those things are more geared for CAD.
They're more geared for CAD because they have certain instruction sets that are available, but they're the same cores.
Yeah.
I mean, a Quadro P4000 is still a GP104 core. It's the same core as what's in the 1070, 1080. It just has different features and different amounts of RAM.
Yeah.
So, again, if you can find a Quadro card, it'll still work as a gaming card. There's nothing saying it won't. But unfortunately, the Quadro cards are...
You won't get the same performance out of it.
Right.
Yeah, you won't get the same performance.
Right, so... Sorry. I tried. I still wanted to be like the one guy on YouTube who went, I found a solution to what ails your graphics card problems.
The GPU savior.
Nope. I got nothing. Sorry. 760, 770. That's about it. And if you're really curious, you can see my 760 benchmarks on a couple of my videos. I've got the average gamer's PC as well as my 1050 versus 1050 Ti shootout. That also has 760 numbers in there for comparison. So you can kind of see where you're going to be playing.
Yeah. If
you go that route. So, sorry guys. We have peaked at 28 concurrent viewers. All-time high. High five. Yeah.
There you go. That's time for another beer.
Time for another beer. That's right. Thank you guys for joining us if you're brand new to the show. By the way, I started last week with a thank you. I'm going to say thank you again. In the last 14 days, I have gained 1,645 subscribers.
That's impressive.
That's impressive. Found your YouTube interesting so far. You make a research video on how screwed we are. I may do that.
Yeah. That would be actually a pretty good video to do.
That would be.
Just deep dive into how much garbage it is.
Yeah, I know Paul's Hardware has done a video similar to that. He did that on RAM prices, and I think Jay's 2 Cents has talked about that as well. But I might see if I can do a different take on it. I don't want to be a Me Too YouTuber. I really try to strike my own path. Case in point. By the way, this is
Lights Out Stout.
Lights Out Stout by Worthy Brewing. They're in Bend, Oregon. Yep. It's a 7.7%, and it's a vanilla cream stout.
Yeah. I've had this one before.
Yeah, I've had this one as well.
It's pretty decent. I don't think that the vanilla notes really stand out as much as they should, but they're definitely there. They're just a little bit weaker.
Yeah, you can kind of smell it there.
Yeah. But it tastes good. It's still sweet.
Mm-hmm.
It's still kind of got that dark roasty taste to it.
Yeah.
I think with the ABV, it's like
7.5.
7.5. So it's decent.
Yeah.
It's really good. It'll get you there.
It'll get you there.
You get good mileage.
That's right. Way faster than a light beer.
Oh, yeah.
What was funny is a couple of guys I met at CES, they were saying they could outdrink me. They were from the UK. And but they were drinking Stella Artois all night.
Oh, gosh. Well, that's
cheating. That's cheating.
Beer.
And the other thing that they did was they were when they were flying out, they tagged me on Facebook and toasted me with Coronas, and I went, I would never be caught dead with a Corona.
Yeah, that's not even my favorite Mexican beer.
No, it's
There's
not.
much better Mexican beers out there.
Way better Mexican beer. Yeah. Maybe it's time to get the Discord started. I did say I would get a Discord started. It's on my list, as well as I'm looking at a Patreon. Because there's some projects that I want to do that everything to this point on my channel has been things that interest me or things that I need around my house and just really keeping the channel going, or friends of mine that were buying PCs and I went, hey, I can build that PC for you and I'll do it on camera. That's my Ryzen 1700 build. Oh. So I'm looking at starting a Patreon so I can start doing projects that interest you guys. Why am I still on small screen? That interest you guys, the people who actually watch my channel. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but it's probably going to be like a lot of the other YouTubers do, where if you give me like $3 to $5 a month, you get early access to certain videos and things like that. I haven't decided yet, but I know there's some content that you guys really want to see that I just don't have the means to do or have the need at home to do it.
Everybody just give $100 and we'll get some stripper mud wrestling going on right behind us.
I will totally do that.
While we talk.
Yeah.
If
all 32 of you donate $100 right now, there's actually a strip joint about literally like 4 blocks away.
Not that far.
We'll go get them.
Yeah.
Dan, we can get free shirts. I'm actually working on some merchandise right now as well. I'm working on bottle openers and t-shirts. Because what's the most frustrating thing about buying bottle openers is 95% of them suck.
Yeah. No, I've gotten so many bottle opener swag.
So...
I went to OzCon a couple years ago. I don't know if anybody out there are beer drinkers. I'm sure you probably know what Untapped is. Untapped is a social drinking app for people who like craft beer.
It's the Facebook for drunkards.
Exactly. And I've been at OzCon a couple times because they host it in Portland, or OSCon, whatever you want to call it, open source convention. And I met the developers for Untapped out there, and they had as part of their swag bottle openers. Bottle openers that also doubled as USB drives.
Yeah.
But it was the crappiest bottle opener I ever had. It was so bad.
Yeah. When I was in Vegas, I bought like 10 bottle openers because I'm doing research on like what do I like, because I'm not going to sell you guys something that just has my name on it that I wouldn't actually use. So I bought like this bottle cap one. This is my favorite so far, but it tends to put a lot of pressure on your keys when you're opening the bottle, and so I don't know how long it would actually last. My favorite... I can hide my keys.
Oh, yeah.
Is this one from Sierra Nevada. It's literally like an 1/8 inch of steel, and
yeah, that's
it is wonderful.
That's what mine's kind of similar to.
Yeah,
that.
real similar.
I like that.
And so I'm looking at either this design or this design.
Those are good.
But I want to have my logo embossed on it, and I'm working on a saying or a catchphrase or a motto or something. And I'm also working on some T-shirts to go along with that. But yeah, that's totally something I can do for the Patreon, is give some shirts away, give some bottle openers away. As well as giving you guys early access to some things. So if you guys are interested, totally, that's something I'm working on as my channel grows. I still work full time, but you know, I'm trying to make something of this, so we'll see what happens. We need more Doggo videos. Doggo the Tech Master. Yeah, his name is Zeke. He's been with us almost 3 weeks now, and we'll have him on the show next week for sure.
He's napping.
He's napping right now. He is a little fireball man.
Yeah, we put a little doggy tranquilizer in his kibble.
No, you're horrible. It's like giving your kid Benadryl, which I may or may not have done once or twice. I'm kidding. Anyway, yeah, little Doggo's doing good. Big Doggo is they're fighting like brother and sister. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
they
were making a lot of noise when I came here.
Yeah. Steve walked in and they're laying in the kitchen over here going, ah!
Yeah, that's good. Do that again.
Ah! Yeah. Yep. So we should all mine Bitcoin. Sure. Tell you what, if you guys want to mine Bitcoin and just dump it into my wallet, cool.
I'm not gonna stop you.
I'm not gonna stop you. Let's see. If you got a decent GPU, pay like 10 cents per kilowatt hour. Yeah, but my electricity here is like 12 cents a kilowatt hour, so I'm losing money investing in Bitcoin.
Unless you can actually make money.
Yeah.
Who knows? That's the market crash.
Yeah. Which I don't trust the Bitcoin market as it sits today.
No, I don't.
So, let's move on to some other news.
Yeah, let's go on to...
This one kind of struck me as kind of a data center guy. I'm sure if you don't know who he is, you know what he's done.
Yes.
And that's Linus, and not that Linus, the Linus Torvalds. He is the founder of Linux and the key holder for everything that is kernel based around Linux. Mm-hmm. He is the sole architect of it. He is the sole overseer. It is an open source project, but he alone manages the actual code, upload, ingest, and what becomes official in the Linux kernel. The guy knows what he's talking about.
He's the godfather of Linux.
He's the godfather of Linux. Exactly.
Everybody has a godfather impersonation within them somewhere. Somewhere deep down inside. Everybody's got one.
You asked me this on the date of my patch release.
Whether it's good or not, I'm not saying.
Mine's terrible. I don't have a good one.
But everybody's got one, though.
I got kind of the bottom lip. I can do. I can do the bottom lip thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, Linus had some, we'll say, choice words for Intel.
Yeah, he didn't like them too much.
Linus, who has previously been quoted as saying "F you" to Nvidia, and he didn't censor himself for not supporting Linux, is now Intel has angered him enough to generate some more expletives. I'm going to actually pull up my show notes because I had the key points written down. There they are. So Linus is not happy with what Intel is doing over their Spectre and Meltdown fixes. Spectre. Everyone's got a Sean Connery too. So as the register points out, that Intel's future processors for at least the next few years will ship vulnerable to Spectre and will include a flag that can be set in software so operating systems can protect against vulnerabilities. What that means is what's called CPU instructions. A CPU has a certain set of instructions that if you give it, the CPU can decode it faster than if you just gave it a bunch of zeros and ones. It knows the protocol that you're trying to get to already, so it has a faster answer key. It also has instructions for CPU features, and it'll return either a 1 or a 0 for if that feature is enabled. So a processor that has hyperthreading enabled. Yes. When the motherboard asks, hey, do you have hyperthreading? The CPU will respond 1.
Yes, I do.
If it doesn't have hyperthreading, it'll respond 0. Same thing. Yeah. What Intel is doing is they are building into their silicon not a fix for Spectre. Not a fix. What they are doing is they are including an instruction into chips that are not out yet. These are going to be the next like 2 revisions of Intel chips before they actually finally fix the dang thing. The motherboard will ask the processor, are you vulnerable to Spectre? And the user can set what option it wants the CPU to respond with, either a 1 or a 0. Yes, I'm vulnerable to Spectre, or no, I'm not vulnerable to Spectre. The reason for that is Intel wants to make sure that people who want to stay fast in spite of security have that option.
It also seems to me that it's probably Intel already had the fab set up for these future processors, and they just didn't want to change them, or maybe they were too deep into it and didn't want to change it.
No, this vulnerability was first disclosed to Intel by Project Zero or Team Zero or whatever the Google project is. Yeah. Sometime in early August.
Yeah, but that just goes how far ahead they're thinking.
Oh, Intel has the next 3 fabs already done.
Yes, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if they have these 3 fabs already done.
Right.
They're finding ways of trying to maybe kind of sort of
this is not
without having to do a full giant reconstruction of their fabrication process.
To be clear, if Intel wanted to fix Spectre today, it would literally take them 2 years to do.
Yeah, probably.
To be fair,
yeah.
To Intel. What the operating systems have done and what the Linux kernel has done, what Windows has done, what Mac OS has done, is they've released updates for their operating systems that disable certain CPU features and uses of cache, and that's where your performance hit comes in. Mm-hmm. That is actually what is driving your CPU performance down in certain applications. Gaming has shown to be almost not affected at all, like maybe 1 to 2% drops overall. Some games there's no effect. The only time there's an effect is if there's like a low-level DRM that has kernel access.
It usually has to do more with your development, your high-end server type stuff.
Exactly.
Anything that's going to use multiple cores is going to heavily use multiple cores.
Heavily use multiple cores and require direct access to the L2, L3 cache.
Yes.
Which again is only like certain DRMs. They have 4 new CPU models, been waiting to be sold at all times. Yeah, exactly. They're 3 to 4 fabs in front of what they've released.
Yep, exactly.
Anyway, so operating system developers have released patches that disable certain Intel features, instruction sets, and block off the cache from the rest of the system. That is causing the slowdown that we're seeing. What Intel is saying is for their next chip, they're going to have a flag in the CPU that the user will be able to set in the BIOS that says ignore the Spectre patch.
So they can just go bypass if they want to.
Exactly. And you as a consumer, let's say I'm leasing space from Amazon Web Services. Let's say Amazon didn't want to buy 30% more Intel servers to deal with capacity and instead added that flag to their CPUs, and now they're selling me insecure server space.
But then I don't know.
I don't know that Amazon would do that.
I don't think they would do that.
But there are a lot of hosting companies that would.
There's a lot of hosting companies that want to be competitive and say, hey, we can provide you this type of processing.
And again, if we're talking about a 30% performance hit, that means a 30% capacity increase is required by your hosting provider. That's a big chunk of change. And a coworker of mine brought up today, and if you're watching, you might be one of the 27, 28 people watching right now. I don't know. But if you're watching today, I'm going to give you credit because he brought up a counterpoint that there may be certain workloads that these operating system fixes hinder when security is not an issue.
That is possible.
And I can kind of see that.
Yeah, there is. If you have a standalone workstation that just is processing numbers, just chunking stuff along, it's not connected to the internet on the outside, but it could be within your internal network, I can see that. You want to get that 30% boost, you need that extra processing power, I can see them wanting to turn that off.
Yep. Sorry, just catching up on chat. Cool, you guys are talking to yourselves. Excellent. Love it. Love conversations I don't have to be a part of. Anyway, Linus came out and said, and again, we're talking about Linus Torvalds, not Linus Sebastian.
Not from Tech Tips, not Linus Tech Tips.
Yeah, well, Linus, love you, dude. Linus was quoted as saying, "What is going on?" asked Torvalds. "Is Intel really planning on making this shit architectural? As in, is Intel really sacrificing security for the sake of speed?"
And like I'm saying, I think that they will eventually do it within 2 to 3 years, once they get the next generation fabbed out.
Right. I think they're 2 years out because they have to start redesigning today.
Right. It's too
for
expensive.
Those 3
it's
fabs
too
out.
expensive for them to make a big change like that right now.
Yeah, because again, to be clear, this is an architectural, very low level way the chip works that they would have to completely redesign their architecture on top of it to do. To fix this vulnerability. AMD is designed differently, which is why AMD is not affected by Meltdown and is barely affected by variant 2 of Spectre. Remember, there's 2 variants of Spectre. And even the variant that AMD is affected, you require physical access to the machine to exploit.
Actually, yeah.
It's not remote exploitable to this point. They don't know if it will be at some point, but yeah. So, Linus Rage Tips, yeah.
Rage Tips, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that was.
That was.
Yeah,
a lot of anger.
Intel's catching a lot of heat from Linus, from the Linux community in general, and really,
you think the open source people are kind of laid back hippies anyway,
right?
But no, he's kind of pissed off about that.
Oh, totally. No, I don't think Linus Torvalds is a laid-back hippie. I think Steve Wozniak's a laid-back hippie.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so, I mean, if we go back to the fathers of modern technology, Woz is a hippie.
I think Wozniak and Gary
Woz is the
Gary
original
Gygax and Steve Wozniak look the same. They could be the same.
Dare I say, Woz is the original hipster.
Yeah, no, I definitely was. Yes, it was.
Have you seen his watch?
No, I have not seen it.
Look up Woz's watch.
Woz's
watch. Woz got stopped in the airport a number of years ago because he was wearing a Nixie tube watch.
Really?
Yeah. Steve Gibson has a tool to turn it off in Windows, I do believe. The good Linus, not the clickbait one. To be fair, I've used clickbait on my channel before, although I'm a little bit more judicious about it. X79 motherboards, do they even work?
Maybe. I don't know.
Look at my picture thumbnail, guys. That's my original thumbnail. Do they work? I don't know.
Let's find out.
That's why I posted the video, to answer that question. Anyway, another tech news.
Yeah.
Samsung is sending out to Fab GDDR6 for video cards that you won't be able to buy next year.
Yeah. A little bit of a silver lining.
Mm-hmm.
We got some new GDDR technology just on the horizon.
Yep. A
little faster.
Yep.
A little more energy efficient.
16 gigabit per chip, which means 2 gigabytes per individual die.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if you spec that out to GDDR5 spec on the like the 1080 Ti and the Titan, those are using I believe the 1.5 gigabyte chips. I believe they're 12 gigabit chips. If I remember, because there's 6, which gets you 9 or 11. It's something like that. Something like that. I don't remember.
It's hard doing math live.
Yeah. Especially after 2 days.
2 days. We're getting to the bottom. We're going to get to the last one here in a second.
We're starting to time this really well, too.
It's good pacing.
We are staying right on track.
Good pacing.
Anyway, so Samsung's coming out with GDDR6, which it's been known for a while, but they've actually sent it out to Fab. They've sent it to manufacturers.
So it's coming.
So
it's there.
Their 8 gigabit DDR4 RAM chips last month won a CES 2018 Innovation Award, again for RAM that you can't buy right now.
Yes. They got an award, so it's super awesome, but you just can't get it right now.
Right. You can't get DDR4 right now. You can't get graphics cards right now. What the heck am I even doing on this channel? DDR6, no, GDDR6.
GDDR6,
Graphical
not
DDR6.
Graphics is for your graphics card.
Yeah, remember they skipped GDDR4 as well. I believe only like 1 or 2 graphics cards from AMD had GDDR4.
They went straight to DDR5 because it sounded... Because if it's 1 number higher, what if it's 2 numbers higher? It's even better.
Well, it worked for Windows. Let's just skip 9, go straight to 10.
Well, there's a reason why they did that.
Yeah, worked for iPhone. Skip 9, go straight to 10.
Well, you know why they skipped 9 with Windows 90 because there's a lot of code that was out there. Because Because it used to be Windows 98. Windows, it was Windows 95, Windows 98, and so when people wanted to check what operating system they were using, they would say, "Hey, Windows 9."
They were calling for
using wildcards,
right.
So if they had Windows 9, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, you're using Windows 95."
Exactly.
That's cool.
Yep. Yeah, they were looking for a 2-digit wildcard, and XP actually read as Windows NT5.
Yes.
And so it was registering with Windows NT, not Windows 2000 or anything like that. There was a Windows 2000.
To just avoid
there was also
software like that. They would just let's just call it Windows 10.
There was also Windows Me.
Wasn't for me.
Wasn't
for me.
I had a laptop with Windows Me.
I had the beta release of Me, and that was enough to never install it in anything.
It ran okay. What it was Windows 98 combined with certain aspects of the NT kernel.
Right.
So it was the first version of Windows that was consumer level that was not running on DOS shell.
You're right. It wasn't. It was extremely. The beta was extremely buggy. Yep. It was just very buggy.
What I love about Windows 10 today is there's still applications in the Windows Home Directory that are Windows 16-bit applications that that it can't even open. Program Manager is still in your Windows System 32 directory.
Progman is in 32.
Yeah. Progman is still in your System 32 directory, even though you can't open it. Yeah. Even though you can't open it because it's a 16-bit. Windows Movie Maker on Windows Me. Windows Millennium.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. 3.11 with Windsock and Trumpet. Yes.
Oh, yes. Trumpet. I remember Trumpet. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man. So I keep a DOSBox 7.6 or whatever the version is. 7.4 or 0.74.
I have to use DOSBox.
I actually have had to use DOSBox as well.
Several times I've had to use DOSBox.
But I actually keep a working version of Windows 3.11 with internet access via IPX. With Microsoft Office 1.0, which is Microsoft Word 3.0 and Excel 2.0. It's also got Photoshop 1.0.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've got like not only Windows, but I've got all the programs because I want to make sure I still remember how to do all that crap. And so
that was torture back then.
Oh, it was horrible. But I actually have it fully working with all those programs installed. It's even got like the Windows or the Microsoft Office help bar with the quick access buttons installed.
Oh yeah,
on Windows 3.1. Heck yeah.
3.1.1.
Yeah.
3.1 was the big one. NetBEUI and IPX, SPX, all that stuff.
Yep. Played LAN parties with what was it, Jedi Knight 2?
Oh my gosh, dude! That was the best.
And StarCraft over IPX, SPX connections.
Oh yeah. The original Unreal tournament, or just the original Unreal. I remember doing LAN parties with original Unreal.
Yep.
Doing multiplayer with that.
I played the original Warcraft. On dial-up.
Well, I did that. I did the original
peer-to-peer dial-up. And in fact, I played StarCraft on dial-up.
I did the original Warlords on dial-up.
Ooh,
the original Warlords.
Ooh, there you got me beat because mine was 92.
I think the original Warlords was 90.
Yeah,
92.
You got me beat
around the time.
Yeah, Warcraft.
But yeah, right after
later.
that. Right after that was like Dune. Dune came out.
Yep.
And then Warcraft.
Do you remember Dark Sun? That was it was an isometric top-down Dungeons and Dragons style game. I don't
remember that one.
That was a good
remember
game.
Eye Beholder, the D&D first person. I played a lot of that. All right, let's
see if we got
something else.
Let's OS2 bitches. Yeah. OS2 Warp.
OS2 Warp. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, actually, our old phone,
come at me, bro.
Our old phone system in my office used to be OS2 Warp. That was actually not that great.
Work, work, work. More wood?
Work, work, work.
Okay.
Zug dog. Dabu.
Yes, my lord. Let's rapid fire. Mavic Air was released. $799, has a 4K 30 FPS with a 3-axis gimbal.
I love the name of this because it sounds like a Scottish guy saying MacBook Air.
Yeah.
MacBook Air. MacBook Air.
The DJI Mavic Air has been released. $799, 4K 30 FPS at 100 megabit RAW. And it's basically the size of a Spark, and it's the features of the Mavic.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
That's your rundown. So if you're into drones, this is a really, really cool piece. Mm-hmm. The controller is now foldable as well. I don't know if you saw.
Yeah, I did. It's if you watch the video, it shows all the features on it.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, right there.
There's the controller.
Now I can see those little nubbies getting lost pretty easily.
Yeah. Yeah, because they don't seem at all protected right now.
No, they don't. It's just like don't fall out.
Yep. So yeah,
replacement parts, they're $300 per nub.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. As is the DJI way.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. Integral Memory has unveiled a 512 gigabyte MicroSD card.
That's a lot of bytes.
With UHS 1 and Class C or Class 10 certification. So this will do 10 megabytes per second, or excuse me, 100 megabytes per second. Did I see? No, sorry, UHS 1, which is 10 megabytes per second, or 80 megabit, which will record, in most cases, 4K. It's going to be limited for the high bitrate 4K, so if you get 100 megabit or up, it won't do that. But any 1080p camera you have, even at 60 FPS or even 120, you're going to be just fine.
That's going to be tons of hours.
Tons of hours. And again, half a terabyte on something the size of your pinky nail.
Yeah.
Half a terabyte.
That's ridiculous.
Yep. What was your first hard drive size?
Okay, this is going way back.
Okay.
This is going way back.
Yeah.
To Amiga 500.
Okay.
I believe it was a 20 megabit hard drive.
Yep. Yeah, my original hard drive was 20 megs.
It was a 20 megabit hard drive on my Amiga 500.
Yep. Mine was on a 286.
Okay, 286.
Yep. So similar age.
Yeah.
Yeah. Running DOS. I want to say it was version 4 of DOS. It might have been version 5 later on.
Well, this was the Amiga 500. You couldn't boot from the hard drive.
Correct.
You had to boot from the workbench from the floppy.
Yeah.
But you can still store stuff on the hard drive.
Yeah.
So, but 20 megabytes back then on a hard drive was a lot of space.
How much RAM do you have on that one?
If I go back,
I know we're getting off topic.
I think it was
we're talking old school tech.
I don't remember. It was very limited though.
I had 2 megs. 2 megabytes.
I think it was less than that. I think it was like
you probably had 640K.
Yeah, no, it was a little more than that. I think it was
might have been 1.2.
Yeah, I think it was like that. Yeah,
1.2 megs. Yeah, my original computer was a 286. It was a 12 megahertz, I want to say. Had 20 megabytes of hard drive space on a hard drive that you could hear boot up from across the street.
Yeah. Sounded like a jet taking off. Yeah.
And it had 2 megabytes of memory, which from the factory it came with 1 megabyte, and I believe we paid $400 for the second megabyte. So you guys complain about memory prices today.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You didn't even know.
No, you go. I got some old PC gaming magazines dating back to like 97, 98.
Yeah, I've got
whole systems were like 4K.
I have some Maximum PC magazines dating back to 95.
Yeah.
And so it's fun to flip through them every once in a while, look at the ads for what the computers were priced for.
Oh yeah, they were ridiculously expensive. Yeah. We think they're expensive, and they just, I mean, it does suck now still. I mean, don't get me wrong, it still sucks now. But it was way worse back then. Yeah.
So, this is the other one that was kind of cool to me, is Plex is now available on Google Daydream headsets. You have to have certain phones.
Yeah, there's certain list of phones, and it's the current generation of phones.
Yep.
I looked it up. Unfortunately,
it's the Pixel. It's the
S8, the Galaxy S8, those type of things. My S7 is not supported. I tried finding an APK to see if I can sideload it onto my S7. It didn't work. But they have Plex VR for these phones right now. So basically, you can load it up onto your phone and watch movies in VR with your friends and be even more pathetic, I guess. I don't know.
Let's see. Someone said I would have eaten up 20 megabytes in less than 3 seconds of the stream. Well, I'm broadcasting at 8 megabit. So I'm actually broadcasting at 1 megabyte per second. So actually 20 seconds of this stream would have been eaten up by that hard drive. I can store 20 seconds of this live stream on that drive.
Yeah, 20 seconds.
20 seconds. Back to the jump from 286 to 386 to 486, then it was real and noticeable difference. Yes, it was.
The 46DX lasted a long time. That was a very, very good.
Yeah, I had, I say my family had. My first computer was actually genuinely a Macintosh LC2.
See,
the first one that I can call mine that was in my bedroom was a Macintosh LC2.
When I was talking about the Amiga 500, it was in my bedroom. It was my computer. It was the Amiga 500.
Yep. Yeah. The 286 was one of my parents' computers. They later upgraded to a 386 and then a 486. The 486 was a DX2 66 megahertz with 12 megabytes of RAM.
Dude.
It was smoking. And I believe
first gen CD-ROM too, I bet, right?
It was a quad speed CD-ROM. It was a 4X. Yeah, it wasn't just 2X, but it had CD-ROM and a floppy drive. It had a 14
turbo button too.
Didn't have a turbo button.
Oh.
Nope. This one did not have a turbo. It had a TV tuner in it.
Oh
yeah. Oh, we were hot stuff. This was I actually remember the model. It was a compact Presario CDTV 520. Was the first computer I have like vivid memories of.
I do remember those early TV tuners. You can record off of them, but the resolution was such garbage.
It was basically 384 lines, and it was digitally compressed analog signal.
It was horrible.
It was terrible even by those standards.
Yeah.
But this was a 13 or 14 inch color screen. It was 256 color. It could do 16-bit at 640 by 480.
Yeah.
And so it was actually pretty high class for that day.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is the first computer I remember vividly. It came with Windows 3.1.1.
Vividly? Was it because you had wet dreams about it?
No. Well,
back in the day.
I'll tell you off air.
Okay.
Yeah. It had Windows 3.1.1, which we later updated to Windows 95.
Yeah.
And that computer later became mine, and that's... I also built a couple of 486s back in that day because there was a local guy who opened a computer shop right around 1995.
Yeah.
Who I would ride my bike down to, and I would literally he just had boxes of computer parts.
Yeah,
and
that was the first computer I actually built.
Yep. And a lot of it was junk, but occasionally I'd find find like a 386 or a 486 CPU in there, and this was in like the Pentium 90 and 166 days.
Yeah.
And I'd go, oh dude, a CPU, all the pins are straight, cool.
Let's do it.
And I got a socket 7 motherboard, and I've got 8 megabytes of EDO memory.
Yeah, EDO.
EDO.
God. Yeah, that's going way back.
Yeah, again, try me. ZX Spectrum and an Amiga. Yeah.
Yeah.
ASCII Prawn. You remember ASCII Prawn?
ASCII Prawn, yes.
ASCII Prawn. I think everyone saw their first games that way.
You'll print it out on your dot matrix printer.
Where do you print it? Nothing!
You fold this out.
Rip the tabs off. Squint really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You put it far enough away, it's like, oh, that looks pretty good.
No, I mean, it's like, I can see boobs.
Yeah.
Good old BBS days. Yep.
Yeah, I worked for that. Was my first
That's
job.
right. You worked for a BBS.
I worked for a BBS, yeah, for about a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A buddy of mine hosted 4 different BBS lines at his house. He had 4 lines coming in. I hosted 2 at one point. I convinced my dad to let me pay for a second phone line, which I couldn't afford, and he got pissed off later on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the day when ISDN was king.
Yes.
Anybody who had ISDN was like, oh my god, you got ISDN.
You have 128 meg? Or kilobit?
Can I come over?
Yeah.
Please?
Yeah. Yep. 1124, my freshman printer. 9-pin Panasonic, PS2 microchannel. See, I got the right people in my chat. I got the right people.
Oh yeah.
Taking me back.
I think. Hey, did we get rid of our old glass? Okay, we kind of did this wrong because there's this. We gotta. Yeah. Oh, no, you're still drinking your stout. You suck. We're gonna have to swap.
I'll finish it off air.
Okay. We'll finish.
I got lots of time left.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we got to open this last one before we go. This is kind of an iconic beer for around here. This is Rogue Brewing. They're out of Newport, correct?
Yes, they're Newport.
Yeah, Newport. Rogue Brewing, everyone knows them. They're distributed nationally. This is Rogue PDX Carpet.
Yeah. If anybody's been to the Portland airport, well, not recently, but within the last couple of years, the carpet at the PDX airport is super iconic.
Yeah.
I think was it last year? Was it the year before? An actual roll of the PDX carpet was the what was it, the Rose Parade.
Yeah, it was the background for the.
No, it wasn't the background. He was like the main the matron, I guess, of the.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was like a roll of carpet was the matron of the parade. One. Yeah. They just had a roll of carpet with a hat and a mustache on it and some googly eyes, and that was the matron of the parade.
There you go. I got a little head on each one.
All right, that was a good pour.
Thank you.
But yeah, this is a tribute, Rogue's tribute to the PDX carpet. Which if you go land at the Portland airport, it does not look like this anymore.
Yeah,
but it's kind of similar.
It's very similar.
It's kind of similar.
Very similar.
But it's not the same.
Very floral.
Very floral.
I gotta say.
I've had this one before. It's very good.
Yep, I have not had this one. Leisure Suit Larry. Oh, we're getting into games now, are we?
Oh, yeah. Leisure Suit Larry. I had that on the Amiga, too.
Yep.
Not that my parents knew about it, but I had it.
Being a kid with BBS access, I had it, and my parents didn't know about it.
I know. Not that... No, you play it now, it's like, that's pretty tame. Whatever.
Oh, yeah, just check the admin folder. Just download it. Yeah. Way more complex than I was expecting.
It's very floral. It does have some hoppy notes to it. Still kind of sweet.
Mm-hmm.
The ABV isn't particularly high. It's like a 6.4.
Yeah.
And the IBU, I think, is only like... what did it say?
It's like 50...
46. 46. Not very high.
Yeah. That is good.
But it's very tasty. It's very drinkable.
It's almost got a spice to it right in the middle.
I think it might be the carpet that they put into it.
Yeah.
They actually might have used some carpet.
Yeah, a little asbestos flavoring.
Yeah. A little bit of carpet glue.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the Berber you're tasting there.
Okay, who had multi-sync 3D?
I didn't have multi-sync.
I did not have multi-sync 3D. And in fact, I never owned a 3D effects card either.
No, I had. I had.
That is a mortal sin of mine.
I had the 3 generations of 3D FX cards.
Did you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't get the 4, but I did have the 1, 2, and 3.
Yep, I never had that.
Voodoo 3.
I had the ATI 3D Rage. I had one of those. I had the original Nvidia GeForce. That's all it was called. Was Nvidia GeForce.
I remember that.
I also had the GeForce 2, and I had the MX440. So those were my range of graphics cards there in the mid to late 90s.
No, I know. I had the first one of the first. I had a TNT 2. I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
The TNT 2. I had that one.
Yeah, the Riva.
Riva TNT 2. Yeah. And I know I had like I know I had a GeForce 2. I can't remember which version GeForce 2.
Raul, I will do that next week. I have an Ultima 4 cloth map. I will hang it in the background for the next show.
Okay, I got. You had the cloth map.
My man, I have the cloth map.
I think I have the Ultima Online.
Yep.
Cardboard map. It's not the cloth.
It's either Ultima 4 or Ultima 5. I don't know which one, but I have the cloth map. Yeah.
Okay.
I will hang it in the background next show.
I know I have it. I gotta find it though. I know I have it somewhere. I have the Monkey Island 2 Dial-A-Pirate.
Oh, do you?
The copy protection cardboard thing where you have to turn the thing. I know I have that somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's
that was basically like the decoder ring back in the day.
It was their copy protection. So like they had a picture of 3 different pirate slices of their head. You had to measure it up with this dial, and it would give you a code to punch in.
Yep.
And then you punch in that code, and then you can get into the game.
Yep. I have an Xbox or an X-Wing manual somewhere around here for the same thing.
Yeah, where you had to get turned to a certain page.
What is the 4th letter in the 7th word of the 5th paragraph on page 83? Got it. And I'm in. So, old school cracking.
Yeah, that was old school copy protection.
Yeah, I had photocopied manuals for Prince of Persia.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Where it's like, oh, yeah, just take this floppy disk home. Oh, and you're going to need to go to the library and pay like 9 cents a copy to photocopy this. Yep. All 130
Well, there was
like,
speaking of going on to BBSs, if you wanted to, they had certain places where they would have all combinations that they would ever produce, and they said like, okay, well this, you don't have to have the whole manual because they only have X amount of questions.
Yeah, here's the 30 questions.
Yeah, here's the 30 questions they could possibly ask.
Yeah,
you'll just get every single one of them here.
4 megabyte Diamond Viper and a Voodoo 5.
Ooh, wow,
nice.
That was like Voodoo 5 was like the last. That was last gen that they made.
The last hurrah for Voodoo. Yeah.
The Diamond Viper. Yeah, no, that was the.
What was the old? Everything is Voodoo.
I don't know what you're looking for.
I'm looking for an old set of ads.
Oh, is that the one that had the? I think I know what you're talking about here.
I'm looking for an old set of ads. Did I just Google? I did.
Yeah, you did. That was horrible. It's a good thing you're not streaming that.
Good
that
Lord.
Would be embarrassing.
Well, I hit Control Enter to go to Google.com.
No excuses.
And
no excuses.
It actually duck-duck-goed for Google. To be fair.
Still no excuses.
To be fair.
No excuses. Okay.
Yeah. Voodoo video card ads.
Oh yeah, this isn't good. This isn't right. This isn't what I was thinking.
No, it's got like the hairdryer and the toilet.
Yeah, no, I remember that. And they had the circuit board just sticking out. Yes, I do remember that.
Toilet video card. Hold on.
This is
I know this is riveting.
You have to get
right now.
You have to get like a Wayback Machine because this is an old ad.
No more beer. Oh, I'm just getting started.
Yeah,
it's only Wednesday.
Yeah. Oh, wait, go back. I think you said it right there. Oh no, that wasn't it. Never mind.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't it.
Gosh, what are those ads?
I do remember those ads. They were in PC Gamer quite a bit. I